Because I was home at my mama's.
Your heart is about to jump out of your chest.
That pisses me off.
Okay. Don't do this to yourself.
But what?
Don't
okay.
do this to yourself.
Ask my mom. I was home.
Don't do
that
this to
night.
yourself.
What is he saying I did?
That you set it up.
Set what up though?
This is a killer's chilling confession that was secretly recorded by the police, turning her world upside down. How did she let her guard down? And what does this mean for her fate now that the truth is out? When Heather Strong vanished in February 2009, authorities started questioning the people close to her. Among them was Josh Fulgham, the father of her children, who informed police that the last time he saw Heather was at a nearby petrol gas station. The first year of marriage is said to be the hardest, but for Heather and Josh was short of nothing but disastrous events. Just 11 days after the marriage, Josh was arrested for pointing a gun at her wife, Heather Strong. From this point onwards, things just went from bad to worse. The phrase, "till death do us apart," became tragically literal in their case. Josh and Heather resided in Marion County, a region in north-central Florida where this case was investigated. Josh, 27, and Heather, 26, had been in a chaotic relationship for over a decade, marked by outbursts and cheating. Despite their many breakups and patch-ups, they had 2 children together, an 8-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old boy. Thus, it was very difficult for them to cut the bond between them, despite their many breakups. At one point, it seemed like Josh and Heather might finally separate for good. Josh had been dating a woman named Amelia Carr on and off for about 2 years, until she was pregnant with his kid. After a fight with Amelia, Josh took back the ring and instead married Heather. The couple tied the knot on December 26, 2008, but their union did nothing to ease the simmering tension between them. On the evening of January 5, 2008, Josh demanded that Heather give him her ex-boyfriend's phone number. When Heather refused, he pointed a gun at her, threatening her to give the number or he would start shooting. Josh was arrested the next day. In a phone call from jail, Josh expressed his anger towards Heather for reporting him to the police. During that time, he called Heather and questioned her about telling it to the police. In the reply, Heather told Josh that she was afraid of losing her life and that Josh might kill her. Josh stewed in jail for a month, his anger towards Heather growing stronger. Heather began to move on with her life. Just 3 days after Josh's arrest, she started living with another man named Jamie Aiken. Jamie was no stranger to Amelia. They had known each other since Amelia was 15 and had once been in a relationship. Jamie was the father of one of Amelia's 3 children. Despite the tangled relationships and tensions between Heather, Josh, Amelia, and Jamie, the 4 of them continued to interact. At times, the 2 ladies even took turns watching each other's kids, which indicates that the relationship between Amelia and Heather was good, despite having so many weird connections. Following Heather, Amelia spoke with Donald Beauty, the Marion County detective, about their complex connections after Heather went missing.
Your wife, man, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'm just wore out. I get up at 4 in the morning.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, buddy. Thank you.
And then you got back in your car,
And I went back to the house.
and when you left, she was
Right there at Petro still.
standing up there at Petro. You know there's video at Petro, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, they got cameras all around it.
No video
Of what?
of Heather at that Petro on that date. All day, all night.
After discovering a shocking fact about Josh, Amelia, and Heather's relationship, they brought in Amelia for questioning. During the questioning, Amelia had a startling revelation to share.
Let me just get some understanding between you and Josh. How long you guys been knowing each other?
This August will be about 2 years.
So you known each other for about 2 years?
Yeah.
Tell me the relationship between you, Josh, and Heather.
They split up. Me and him tried a relationship. And then in December, he wanted to work things out for his kid's sake, and we parted ways. And we just agreed that when she came along, we'd have some kind of civil relationship, and it's hard when you got 5 kids between different people.
How many kids do you have?
3.
You got 3 kids?
Yeah.
And then she has
2.
the 2 kids. Explain the relationship between you and her.
There wasn't really ever one. Excuse me. We had a little bit of contact over the 4 months because she would, when she felt up to it, allow him to see his kids. So we had some kind of contact, but I usually got the, I'm gonna kill you, you know, you're a bitch, you're a whore, blah, 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 because me and him had a relationship off and on for the 2 years, almost 2 years.
Amelia disclosed that she had been dating Josh for 2 years. Moreover, she also confessed that the tension existed between her and Heather, as Josh had children with both of them. Despite this tension, Amelia informed the officers that she used to babysit the kids for Heather.
So we pretty much maintained our distance.
Okay. Have you and her ever got into it about anything?
No. I've kept my distance. I mean, over the phone. But actual person to person, no. She could actually be pretty civil when we had to be.
Right. Just trying to think. When was the last time you saw her?
Couple days after he went to jail. Because she asked me to babysit the kids for a few hours so she could go to work. And I
What? She asked you to babysit the kids?
And I told her I wasn't too sure about it because we had an awkward kind of relationship. And she said, well, Mackenzie really likes you and she loves you and she'd rather you babysit him. So I was there for a few hours, babysat.
Where'd you babysit them at?
The South Shore Fish Camp.
Okay.
The trailer they used to live in. I'm sorry. And I was there for a few hours, babysat. She came home and Jamie gave me a ride home.
So you hadn't seen her since, when was the last time you saw her?
That night I babysat, which was the Saturday after Josh got arrested. And my son turned 7 January 8th. I don't remember if that was a Thursday or a Friday. So that Saturday had to be the 9th or the 10th.
Of January?
Yeah. It'd be nice to locate her. I mean, we have an 8-year-old girl who's crying looking for her mom. Mom won't call, mom won't make contact, nothing. And I mean, it's just, I have 3 kids who have shitty fathers who have no contact with them, and, you know, it's just, it's messed up.
During the interrogation, Amelia also confessed that she has not seen Heather since January 10th, but she did not know that the secret that she was hiding from the detectives, they were already aware of it.
Jamie was there too?
Yeah.
Who else was there?
At that time, it was just us 3, and the kids were in the bedroom asleep.
Just you guys 3?
Yep.
Okay. So, if you were there, Jamie was there, and Heather was there, and I'm telling you that I know for a fact that something happened, where do you think I get that information from?
From Jamie.
Okay. Tell me about what happened.
We were arguing because she wanted me to keep
happened?
my distance. Nothing. I told Jamie, let's go. I don't want to be here. I had my son.
You grabbed a handful of her hair, you grabbed a knife, and you put it to her throat.
No, I didn't, because if I did, I'd be sitting in county.
No. You guys made a mutual agreement that nobody was going to call law enforcement. Nobody was going to do anything after you guys settled down. You need to be straight up and honest with me.
Okay, and I'm telling you how to put my hands on her. She would have had me arrested.
No. I'm telling you what happened. I'm asking you to be straight up. You're not going to get in trouble for that, but you don't need to sit up here and continue to lie to me. You are lying to me.
Jamie, the father of Amelia's first child, informed the detective about Amelia's outburst on Heather. In a moment of fury, Amelia allegedly pulled a fistful of Heather's hair and held a knife to her throat, which Amelia adamantly denied.
You just named 2 people that was present in a vehicle with you when you offered someone $500
Where would I have?
to help.
Sorry, go ahead.
To help you get rid of Heather. There's another conversation you had with somebody. You're soliciting to commit murder.
How?
That's serious. And I got more than one person telling me that. Okay? Listen to me. I got more than one person telling me that. Okay? That don't look good for you. This is your time. Okay? Because when we go get Josh, okay, it's either you or Josh. So you make your decision. Do you owe Josh that? Or do you owe your kids that? This is the time. Tonight.
But what I
If you're gonna sit up here and lie to me, I'd rather you just look at me. Okay? And not say a word. But if you're gonna continue to lie to me, I'm gonna make your life very, very hard. I'm just being honest to you. Because I'm trying to give you opportunity, sweetheart, to do the right thing. The shit may have gotten out of hand. You got a baby right there you gotta think about. If it happened, that's fine. If it's out of anger, that's fine. I understand. I'd be pissed off at it too, because I like this man, and this man constantly goes back to this girl that ain't shit.
But why would I hurt her is what I don't understand.
Why? Because you can get her out of the way.
The detective confronted Amelia with a chilling accusation. She had allegedly met someone in a car and offered $500 to have Heather killed. Amelia, on the other hand, remained calm and clever, denying every charge thrown her way.
Hello?
Hey, please don't hang up.
I'm not.
Tell why did you do this?
Josh, because I can't, you promised me I can't live like this.
Well, are you going to push this or what?
You're not going to do that, Josh. You're going to kill me when you get out of there.
A shocking phone call was also released, which was made by Josh to Heather while he was serving in jail. What made Josh suspicious was the fact that he kept confronting Heather about complaining about him to the police, which made Heather fearful for her life.
Okay, you're trying to backpedal out of it.
No, I'm trying to, I didn't really hear.
Okay. I'm telling you that he said that you told him that you guys took care of Heather and for him not to worry about her anymore.
Who's you guys?
You.
But how if I was home?
He knows, and he told me about the incident about you grabbing Heather at the house when you were supposed to be babysitting and put the knife to her throat.
He was in jail.
Exactly. Okay?
Because he even told me
But he knows about it.
Because he said
okay,
that's what...
listen, let's not entertain that. Let's not entertain that. Because I'm telling you right now, he's admitted to his stuff. He lawyered up. But he chose, you know what? I think I need to tell you all the truth. That's why you're back in here.
Okay, but what I'm trying to tell you is you can question my mom, my sister. You can even question Penny Salveo because she was at my mom's house that
Amelia,
night.
what night?
February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day.
During the interrogation, Josh made a shocking revelation, saying that Amelia comforted him to not worry about his wife, Heather, because she had taken care of the situation. However, when confronted with Josh's statement, Amelia kept on denying saying anything like that.
Hey, now, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know where she's at, man. I don't. I just want to sleep and get up.
So you telling me Amelia knows, she knows everything?
I think she knows more about the shit than I do.
You telling me she never asked you, if she was going to do it, she never asked you what was the best way to do it? She never asked you where's the best place to
Man, I
finish?
ain't no fucking murderer, man. I don't know what the best way to kill people and get rid of them and shit.
With little else to go on, the detective decided to book Josh because he had used Heather's credit card while she was missing. While Josh was getting ready to leave, he had something else to tell the detective.
Take her to jail.
That's where you want to go, my man.
That's where I want to go, man. I got no choice.
You got no other choice, brother.
I don't know what else to do.
What else you got in your pockets, bro?
Rob, man. You let me take that by my mom if I take you to it?
Josh repeatedly kept on telling the officer that he knew nothing about Heather's disappearance. He insisted that Amelia had more knowledge about what had happened to Heather than him.
What we want you to do is listen to us right now, okay? Don't say anything. Obviously, you know what's going on. You have been in here since last night, answering questions, telling us lies, telling us the truth, telling us lies back and forth, okay? That stops here, okay? We found Heather, okay? She's obviously murdered, okay? We've been speaking with Josh all night, okay? We've been letting you listen to some of the things he's been saying, and we've been telling him some of the things you've been saying, okay? That's not an attempt to play you one against the other. It's an attempt to get the truth out of two people that are lying to us very much, okay? I want to tell you how you stand right now, okay? You don't stand so well, okay? Because everything is pointing to Amelia, and I'm going to explain that to you, and I want you to listen to me and not ask any questions, okay? What I've done is just made a little cheat sheet here for myself, okay? We have Amelia, that's you in the middle, okay? And these are all the things that are against Amelia, okay? The body was found on your property, okay, where you're living. We have Heather, okay? Obviously she's deceased. But Joshua's gonna go back with her, the father of your baby, okay? We have Chrissy, and we have James involved.
The officer presented all the facts before delivering the heartbreaking news that Heather's dead body had been found behind Amelia's home. The officer pressed Amelia to tell the truth, but Amelia remained defiant. Now buckle up for the most interesting part of the story.
I come across Heather
Where?
duct taped to the little blue chair
In the trailer.
in the trailer. And I freak out. I check for a pulse. I'm looking to see if she's breathing, and I'm just checking. And I walked out, and he was there later that afternoon. I asked him, "What the hell did you do?" He told me that in the middle of the night, after we were in bed, he brought her there. And I guess he told her that he knew where I had money stashed to get her to go back there. And that he hit her upside the head with something, and that she was trying to leave, and she broke the window, and he left her there because he didn't know what to do with her, how to dispose of her. And I told him, I want nothing to do with this. Get her the hell off my mom's property.
Okay, this is on your mom's property.
Yes.
Okay.
And this
That
is
he-
Monday morning?
No, this is Monday afternoon when he got off work, that he came out there, that he had asked my mom for a shovel because he told her he had a dog. And I told him I wanted nothing to do with it, and I walked out, and I told him, if you don't do something, I'm going to call the cops. And what he did after that, I don't know.
When you checked her pulse, did you
There was
find the pulse?
nothing.
There's
She
no
was
pulse.
cold.
So,
Was she sitting in a chair?
She was duct taped to
To a
this
chair. What color chair?
It's the only one in that little kitchen area. It's a little
Okay.
blue chair.
Okay.
And I told him, I said, you got to do something. I said, I don't want this crap here. I said, Josh, I don't know what the hell's gotten into you, but you need to do something. And he asked my mom for a shovel. What he did, I didn't think he would bury her on my mother's property. I mean, that's just sick. I mean, it's bad enough what he had done, but to do that and make it look the way it's looking now is just not okay. And he told me, if you tell anybody, I'll make sure you go down with me and you'll be right next to her. Right next to her.
Okay.
Emilia reported a chilling discovery. She found Heather duct taped to a blue chair in the trailer room. In her story, Emilia dumped the entire blame on Josh, saying that he brought Heather in the dead of night, and when she checked Heather, she had no pulse. On the other hand, Josh had something entirely different to say regarding Emilia's story.
I tell Heather that we're going over to Amelia's house. I hold the door open, Heather goes in, I come in behind her. And I like, Heather, listen, I want you to sit down so we can talk. And she's like, hell no, I'm out of here. And that's about the time Amelia walked in the door, and that's when she really started getting loud. I tried to grab a hold to her, and she jerked loose of me, so I let her go. She started down the hall, and that's when Amelia hit her in the head with that flashlight. And that's when Heather came back. I called her. I set her up in that chair. And that's when Amelia got the duct tape.
Josh claimed that it was Emilia who struck Heather with a torch, which made her lose consciousness. According to Josh, after this happened, he grabbed Heather and placed her in a chair, while Emilia was the one who duct taped her. Josh then proceeded to share more details of the event that will leave you in complete shock. Josh claimed that it was Emilia who killed Heather while he held her. He also claimed that Heather begged for her life, but Emilia was too maniac to let her go. The officers knew that Emilia would keep on playing the victim, so the officers decided to call in an unexpected helper, Michelle, Josh's sister, who helped the officers by calling Emilia while wearing a wire. During the phone call, Emilia revealed another shocking truth, that she tried to snap Heather's neck. And when the police officers turned to Emilia, she dumped the blame on Josh yet again. she said something that will catch you off guard.
Was she fighting then?
Well, she really couldn't, man. My big old ass to her little bitty self.
The adrenaline was flowing.
And I just held her. I made her taped her. She told me, she said, I'll leave y'all alone. And I'm here, so you're here with him now. You got in the car with him tonight. And she told her, I promise, I'll leave y'all alone. Let me go.
And what did Amelia say to her?
I don't think she said nothing else to her at all. When she put the bag over her head, she taped it around her neck to where it was solid on her. And she had her arm around her neck. She was trying to snap her neck. She had this hand right here was coming over her head, over her nose.
And where were you?
I was still sitting on her. And once I knew that Heather had got weak, I could tell she was getting weak because she was just like, then, nothing. She wasn't like that no more because the tape was over her mouth, trying to say something.
So she was mumbling at one point when the tape was over her mouth?
She was trying to say something. I don't know what. And then after I got up, because she wasn't moving no more, I got up. When I got up, I guess, I don't know whether it was nerves or what that made her legs push out, and the chair went back. And Amelia was still behind her with her hand around her. She done tried to snap her neck, she couldn't. She done tried it, she couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. But she had her hand on her nose over that bag. And I heard her make like a gurgling noise in her throat or something.
And then after she died, you guys took the tape off of her.
And I pulled her down on the floor. I pulled her hair back out of her face, seen her eyes.
After weeks of intense investigation, Amelia finally gave in and confessed that she had been aiding Josh and then eventually admitted murdering Heather for Josh. Turns out, she was a jealous, maniac lover.
After you told that girl today, you tried to break her neck, and it didn't work.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You remember those words? It came from whose mouth?
Fine.
Let's start over. And I'm going to quit talking. I don't have anything more to say.
Tell me what happened.
I did what I was told to do.
Tell me what happened.
What good is it going to do me, Detective Boyd?
Tell me what happened. I want to hear from you. Get that burden off your back. Tell me what happened. You've already admitted to it. You've gotten over that hurdle. You have admitted to killing someone.
No, I admitted to attempted, and it didn't work. He killed her.
Imprison her, keep her. You help him do all the things that he needs to do, knowing what's about to happen. He asks you to kill her, and whether you tried real hard or whether you didn't try real hard, you make an attempt so that it will be quick and painless and she can be put out of her misery. And when you're unable to do it, whether you were not strong enough or whether you didn't have the willpower, you step away so that he can take his turn. You watch it happen. At no time have you told us that you tried to stop him, you tried to talk him out of it, you tried to say, you know what?
There was no, if you were there, Detective Spike.
I wasn't there.
If you'd been there.
You were.
There was
time before he got there. You could have picked up the phone and said,
I honestly
Josh,
didn't think he was coming.
Let's not do this. This isn't a good idea. You could have said, Sheriff's Department, I think I've gotten in deep, but I'm trying to do the right thing. I don't want this girl to lose her life. I don't want these children to lose their mother. And all these things I'm saying to you, you helped put her underneath the table for a day, maybe 2 days.
I didn't help do any of that. I just knew that he did it.
You come outside to see if the hole's deep enough that he's about to bury her in. You watch her being buried. You help cover her up.
I didn't watch. I went back inside.
Did you jump in the hole?
No.
On top of her?
No, that's sick.
Okay. So all these things, and what do you think that you are guilty of then?
I know what I'm guilty of.
What do you think? It would be appropriate.
But I just wish that you would take into consideration, but I was fucking scared.
Tell me what you think you're guilty of.
I've been lost.
I'm sorry? Of being a monster?
And helping a monster.
I didn't understand.
Helping a monster.
Oh, helping a monster.
Amelia's trial was first, and she was charged with first-degree murder and kidnapping. The jury decided to execute her 7 to 5 in spite of her family's testimony of the trauma she had experienced, which included being sexually abused by her father and grandparents. She was placed on death row at the Lowell Correctional Institution in Ocala, Florida, after being found guilty of capital punishment by lethal injection. Josh's trial took place in 2012 and was sentenced to life in jail without release. Following a Florida Supreme Court ruling in 2017, Amelia's death sentence was reversed, and she was given a life sentence without the possibility of parole. The trial for Josh happened in 2012. Despite the fact that he and Amelia were both accountable for Heather's murder, his jury was less harsh and sentenced him to life in prison without the chance of release.